Now from our sponsor.
Simple Moon is easy to get. Just click the link below in the description at simplemoon.com and you'll get your Simple Moon now. It's good for sleeping. Is your girl always nagging at you? We'll tell her to fuck off. And just get Simple Moon.
And there's a discount if you type in Simple Star.
Simple Moon /Korin/Infinite/ a lot of people in VC code.com for a 30% discount. Her tits are big. Whatever.
Hello everybody, here comes your host back with it again with another debate. In the left corner, we have Simple Star representing Yukari Yakumo from the Touhou project. And in the right corner, we got Korin Keith, folks. He's going to be representing a stable Sentry Marvel Comics. That's will be equalized, and these two get ready to brawl.
Bruh. All right. So
That was cute.
yeah.
Gonna be faithful.
So right off the bat, you want to?
Oh, you're gonna start
off? Or you want me to start?
Sure. No, I'll start. That's good.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, so for my first WinCon, I'm gonna argue that Yukari is gonna remove the boundary of like power, and then your character won't have like powers or like strip him of his power.
All right. So first of all, when you say boundaries, like, can you send like a definition of this, and also how is she gonna be like doing this per se? Like, yeah.
Okay, so this is like, okay, so first of all, I'm gonna drop the definition like someone. Let me try to get that. I think I have it here with me. Do I? Let me try to get it. Okay, so that's right there. The boundary, like it's kind of like the holds like basically like everything together, like the boundary of like, for example, time and space, life and death and all that shit. It also works on like abstract things such as like concepts and all. Now I'm gonna drop like a multiple scan Yukari being stated to manipulate like all boundaries, and I'm also gonna drop a video of her manipulating the power between like master and slave. Don't worry, it's not that type of. But yeah, I'm gonna drop that.
So you're gonna be using boundary manip to essentially take away my powers.
Yeah, but basically the thing is, I'm a boundary of like powers and stuff. So I'm not like directly attacking you. I'm not even attacking you in the first place. I'm attacking the boundary. And since I'm removing the boundary, then you won't be like having like powers or anything. I won't like destroy the boundary. I'll just like remove it so your character doesn't have.
Like, I'm just trying to like really figure this out. So you're not going to be directly blasting something to me. You're going to be like messing with like the literal boundaries of like reality per se.
Yes. Yeah, correct.
You're gonna take away like the properties of my power from these boundaries. And you just like, I won't.
Basically, I'm gonna like take like the boundary. I'm gonna remove it. I don't necessarily like. I can also like destroy it and like recreate it, but, to like something different. Or like I'm not gonna do that. I'm for now. My main argument is that I'm gonna remove the boundary of power, so your character will be like stripped away from his powers. And this is passive, and it's been shown she can do this like multiple ways. It's her raw aura that can do this, or just her like even just being there, because like it's passive. I'm gonna also drop you a video relating the boundary between like slave and master, where basically it was like, for example, like the rules of the game. So she messed with the boundary of like the game. It's like the Touhou game. So she doesn't like even need to attack you. She's gonna like remove the boundary of like power, so then you won't have any power.
Like, it's just kind of weird. So that's why I'm kind of weird. The way I'm kind of like the way you're going about is why I'm still a little skeptical. It's just like the way you're describing it. It sounds boundary manip is cool, but right? It sounds like you're like manipulating properties of like the law of reality, and like is that like the laws of reality itself to a degree? Like, but this also
like boundary manipulation. Yeah, go on. You can.
Like, for example, it just sounds like the way you're going about it, yeah, boundaries, right? But it sounds like you're manipulating the laws of physics and like reality itself. Like you're like law manip per se.
Like I'm manipulating. Like I mean, like, are you talking about like the laws that are currently like established, or what? What are you?
You're like
trying
the
to
laws
say?
of like that hold together this reality itself. Like it's that like quote unquote boundaries. It sounds like similar the way you're describing it to me.
Yeah, like I mean, boundary manipulation can do all that. Like it can like do things with I can also get you the definition of like boundary manip, so you like see.
That's what
but
I kind of asked for in the beginning, was like the like actual description of
oh,
this. Like,
sorry, I dropped I dropped like the definition of like a boundary, but like I didn't drop the definition of like boundary manip. My bad. I misunderstood.
Are you getting the definition? Hello?
Yeah, I'm getting. It's just like I'm getting. It's just like loading. Give me a second.
Because like I think I may have a way that I could try to like argue around it.
There you go.
Like this.
Okay. I'm not doing like that many pauses. So.
All right. I'm reading it. Yeah, so what I'm basically going to argue is, right, now I'm going to throw this point out there, and I think after this, we should leave this to what the judges think, all right, later on. I'm going to make an argument, okay? So here's my argument, all right? So in Marvel, there's a character known as Molecule Man who Sentry has fought, can manipulate, like, the laws and quote-unquote boundaries of, like, reality, and he can literally erase conceptual entities as a whole, like eternity, abstract entities like eternity, Lifebringer Galactus. And he would also be comparable to the Beyonder, who got rid of the actual concept of death. So what I'm saying is here, these characters are clearly manipulating like the laws and boundaries of these, like, as a whole, of like these abstract entities who literally embody these concepts of like laws and boundaries. They literally are that themselves. And what I'm saying is Molecule Man can easily get rid of them with a thought. And he attempted his repeated attempts to get rid of the Sentry with his same powers that he uses to get rid of these abstracts and manipulate these boundaries and laws. It failed to get rid of the Sentry. And the Sentry quickly reformed himself over and over in this instant. You want to see the scans?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm going to get you the scans.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, here's Molecule Man attempting to destroy Sentry. And for reference, right, for context, Molecule Man uses his molecular manipulation to get rid of these like abstract conceptual entities who literally embody law, boundaries itself. As I mentioned, like they literally, that's what they are, essentially. They're the little concepts of these throughout the Marvel quote unquote omniverse. And like Molecule Man can disassemble them with his powers and blink them away with a single thought. And yet these same powers could not get rid of Sentry, the same dude who can literally think away conceptual embodiments that embody like law, like cause and effect, all that shit. So my argument is, seeing as he can actually erase entire law itself as a whole, he can literally erase the concept of quote unquote boundaries and law itself, and he couldn't get rid of the Sentry. So I would say this, your manip, your boundary and like law manip per se won't really have much of an effect ultimately on the Sentry due to this. And if you want, we can leave this to the judges, but that's my argument.
All right, sure.
I can send you a picture. I can send you a picture. I can send you the scan of. Hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Hold on. I can send you the scans of Molecule Man too, if you want to demonstrate him like being able to like blink away these conceptual embodiments that literally make up, as I just mentioned, they literally make up the boundaries and law itself throughout the entire multiverse. And Molecule Man can blink away them. And again, he cannot get rid of the Sentry with the same powers that he's using to get rid of these conceptual embodiments. Because to me, the way you're describing it, this sounds like boundary / law manip from your description too, like a very potent form of it. And what I'm going off here is I would say it's a counter. And what I'm arguing, because it sounds like that. But once I post these scans for Molecule Man, we can just like, if you want me to go on to my first WinCon.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so ultimately, I don't really see this like boundary manip having much effect on Sentry, since Molecule Man really didn't have much effect on him with his manip, who can erase entire boundaries as a concept. So yeah, can I go on to my first WinCon?
Yeah, sure.
All right. My first WinCon is going to be the Sentry is going to use empathy, emotional manipulation. And he's going to just calm your character down, calm her emotions, and just kind of make her go and take a nap, basically. And she'll just be calm and collected. She'll just kind of go and take a sleep. And this is shown, he's actually made the Hulk do this. So it's shown to work on people in his ballpark or comparable to him in AP. So I'm going to say he's going to use his emotional manipulation on your girl and make it to where she's just very calm, make her just kind of take a nap. She won't even fight me.
All right.
And I'll post you a scan.
All right. So, like, is this like a mind hacks or what it is?
No, it's emotional manipulation. It's empathy manip, as I said.
It's like,
Like I'm manipulating her emotion. I'm going to calm her down, and she's just going to go to sleep. Like how he calmed the Hulk, and he was laying there sleeping. And Hulk, as we know, is a rage monster. So this is manipulating emotion.
Okay. So, can I go to like my counter?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So, there's this god in Touhou, that was possessing the dream, and like her aura alone could make like people like depressed, and Yukari and Reimu were like immune to it. Let me get a scan of that.
Yeah, please. I'd like to see that. So right before you post it, like the way so what you just said, right? They was trying to like and make them like despair and depressed, but it didn't affect them.
Yeah. Like her aura was like messing with like the dream world, and like affecting like all the like the beings on it, and like making them like, sad and depressed and shit.
And it had no effect on her.
Yeah, not on like Reimu and uh Yukari.
Cool. You got the scan?
I'm trying to get it right now. Okay, so first I'm gonna drop the scan of like the gods having this power. First, this one says like happy, but I'm gonna get the sad one right now. But like it's just to like prove that they have like the ability, and then I'll like drop the other scan.
Okay. So you have like two different examples of them like resisting empathy manip. What you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. Intriguing.
The first one loaded for you,
Yeah, it just did.
Yes.
It did. Yeah. Yes, it uploaded.
Did you see the first scan?
Yes, for the third time.
Okay. It's just freaking Wi-Fi, you know.
So yeah, that's the first one. I got it. So you got the second one?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it.
I'll just steel man you, dude. Because this scan's all right. Like, I'm just going to steel man you because I believe you. But I just want a little more, clarification, or I'm going to ask you one more thing to get before we move on.
Yeah, sure.
So at the end of the day, Yukari has shown at least on 2 occasions, right? Or at least once, that she can resist empathy manipulation, someone manipulating her emotions, right?
Yeah.
This is what this actually proves, like happy emotions and
Yukari is like a god, so like she would also have this. But yeah, that was
that's
like
fine. The abilities
my
are not really important. I'm just wanting the resistance. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she has to be, and she resisted it too. Yeah.
No, that's fine. The power that her having it's really irrelevant for right now. I'm just making sure she can resist it. But yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you that point then. Sure. We'll move on to your next win con.
Okay. Okay, so for my next win con, I'm gonna argue that how this works is she basically like thinks about like your death, and then you start like suffering and like praying, and then I'm gonna drop that. There you go. It's dropped.
Okay. Yeah, so death hacks basically.
Yeah, that's my next win con, like death hacks.
I'm just gonna argue Sentry has consistently shown that he can easily resurrect himself to the point where I could actually argue type 4 immortality. And I'm actually going to argue, and he actually has shown that for example, I'll give you some examples, but for one, he has shown he can even reform himself from being killed within a very short period of time. So it's not going to be like days or something, really like within a couple panels, like with the whole molecule man feat. So I would say even if you kill me, quote unquote, Sentry can just literally resurrect himself or instantly reform his body. And this is shown too when again the whole molecule man attempt to destroy him above, he literally just kept reforming hacks, right? But if you can kill Sentry, I'm just going to argue he's going to easily resurrect himself and reform himself. He's consistently done so several times. Even when his past self was erased and took out his present self, he reformed himself from nothing. Okay? And I'll reform, like when Morgan Le Fay took, he literally and destroyed his body in the present. He literally reformed himself back from absolutely nothing. And of course, the whole molecule man feat. So I'm just going to argue he's just going to easily resurrect himself.
I yeah. You want to go to like your neck? I'll give you that about like resurrecting.
Yeah, again, even molecule, like just for one more clarification, right? To sum it up again, it's insanely consistent because Molecule Man trying to kill him and get rid of him, he instantly reformed. Morgan Le Fay doing it, he came back from nothing. Okay. And the list goes on, but I'm definitely going to stick with that. So you give me that?
Yeah, I get, yeah.
All right. So my next win con is going to be Sentry is going to use conceptual matter molecule manipulation and disassemble you on a molecular level conceptually. And you want some context as to why this is conceptual?
Sorry. You cut out in like the like conceptually, and then you cut out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna argue Molecule Man's like molecule or whatever manipulation or matter manip, whatever you want to call it, in this instance, right, is conceptual. And I'm going to argue he's going to disassemble you on a conceptual level. Would you like to hear my explanation for this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, go.
Well, it all comes back to yet again the Molecule Man feat and how Sentry was able to just like literally disassemble with his matter manipulation. The same Molecule Man who himself has conceptual matter manip, which you already conceded to earlier, and conceptual properties of his own, as he's able to conceptually erase abstract entity with his matter manipulation. And he himself is essentially on that same level of hierarchy. So he would be a conceptual entity. And yet Sentry's matter manip overcame this dude's matter manip, which is conceptual, and could destroy his entire body as a concept. Like he's attacking him on a conceptual level, like conceptual matter manipulation or molecule manip, whatever you want to say. So essentially, I'm going to get rid of you and disassemble your entire body conceptually. You want to see this? You want to see him doing that to Molecule Man?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Also, if you don't mind, could you also tell me how he performs this? Like, that'd be fine too, if you want.
I mean, you can kind of see it here, how he's performing it in this battle with Molecule Man, these scans.
Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing it. Sorry, they
Okay.
were like white for a second. I saw them now. Okay.
Like he doesn't even have to touch you. He's just manipulating your molecules from that distance, and it's conceptual.
All right.
So not only this isn't just like normal matter like manipulating molecular manipulation like normal shit. This is conceptual. So I'm going to be manipulating the actual identity, right, of Yukari, the concept of her molecule.
All right. Okay. For my counter, since Yukari is one of the gods, I'm gonna argue that like the gods can it like existed without like when there was like no concept, so they don't need like a concept to like on top of that, I'm gonna also argue that like if you try to do it, the body of like Yukari, not just the concept, their bodies are like meaningless, and they basically like it really doesn't matter if you like get rid of the body, but like in the first
I'm
place,
attacking your
like,
soul too.
yeah, yeah, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, first up, for the conceptual stuff, I argue that like she doesn't like need concepts to exist, and I can drop you a scan of that. As for like, so like, does this work? Okay, so your physical body, um, the concept, like, does it attack like your mind and soul and all that?
What'd you say?
Oh,
I
I
mean,
was asking like besides like the concept, does it like attack like your mind, soul, and body?
yeah, like his
Okay.
yeah, due to the fact, as
Okay,
I
so
explained with yeah.
okay. So I'm gonna argue Yukari is resistant to all those layers, and also can exist without a concept. So the conceptual stuff won't work. So I'm gonna drop the scans.
Yeah, I mean, that's cool, right? I'm hearing what you're saying, right? I'm gonna look at your scans, but I would like to point out this is like, well, go on. Never mind. Go on. I'll just wait.
All right, let me get that conceptual scan. Be
Oh,
conceptual scan.
okay. Well, I'll go on and say this then, like, because you said about the whole like physical body thing, but here's the thing, right? He's still gonna be, it's still involving like disassembling your body though. So I'm just gonna wonder, yeah, you say she's all right without a body, but that's what I'm gonna ask. Like, what's she gonna do?
I mean,
Like, because that still kind of implies my attack's still gonna get rid of her body. Wait, I'm just kind of like trying to grasp what you're saying here.
oh, okay. So what I said is like, she doesn't like need her body because like it's like meaningless. But like, I talked about all the layers of like resistance, like spiritual, mental,
Yeah, I'm
and
like,
and also and also I went over like the conceptual.
no, I don't think you're getting one. Yeah, that's fine, right? I'm okay with that. I'm saying her. How is she going to still prevent her body though, like from the like molecular manip itself? Because I'm still going to be like resistance to matter manipulation.
Okay, so
Because I don't know if you realize, but like all these like attributes, right, for the Sentry, this is all in the same ability. Like he's going to be hitting you with all these layers in the same like ability. And this is logical and shown to be able to do it to somebody like Molecule Man.
okay.
So
So
what I'm
like
saying is she can like, right, hold on, like real quick, my bad. Like, so real quick,
I
let's say for example, I still disassemble her body and you say she's okay. She doesn't need a body. But my thing is, even if she does, how's she going to do anything though from there on out if her body gets like took apart? If she'll still be there, but I would technically still got rid of your body though. Like she'd be unable to fight or what? I'm just asking. Because I would still count that if you don't have a body, if you can't perform anything, I still say that's a TKO.
I yeah, okay. So for like the counter, Um, I'm gonna argue that she'll just like create a new one, and she can also like multiply, like she can like create a new body and like multiply in. I'm gonna get the scan for those two.
That's fine. Why would okay? So she can just build a new body, right?
Yeah.
Well, how long? I am just wondering, right? Because I gave like a time for how long it takes Sentry to reform. I'm just wondering how long would this take her?
Like,
because like for example, Sentry, he's not just gonna sit around all day.
like it doesn't take like years or like a day. Like it takes like way less than that. So I'm like, okay. Uh, hmm. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, I got it. Okay. I'm gonna argue like just as when you like take her out, she's gonna come back. I'm gonna get a scan for that. So, uh, give me a second, cause like, how I explained before, like I'm gonna start a whole thing about it. So basically, Touhou have like this like resurrection thing where they can like resurrect like instantly as they die. Um, like in the game when they're like wiped out and stuff, they can like come back, and it's even like in story that they can come back. So I'm gonna try to get that scan to prove that point.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Sorry, I'm taking like. I mean, I can show you them getting like blown up back. It looks like a like game mechanic, quote unquote, but like it's later on revealed in the story that they can actually like come back.
Yeah, dude, it's fine. You don't have to like stress over everything. I'm just my main thing is right. I've seen it, right? I know a little bit about the verse. All I'm trying to know is, and you gave evidence. I'm just trying to figure out, right? My main concern is how the time frame. That's all I'm trying to figure out. Because, like, again, if it takes her like a few minutes, that's fine. I'll be fine with that. But if it takes like a whole day or like a half a day, I'm not gonna wait around for that.
Okay.
You know, like, yeah.
Okay. I'll answer that right now. Okay, so whenever like these characters are destroyed, it only takes like a couple of seconds. Like that's the most I can like give it for like these characters.
That's all. That's cool. That's what I kind of did with Sentry. Like when you was gonna get rid of him, I was able to show that he instantly, like within a couple panels. That's all I was asking. Like I was wanting a time frame. That's cool. It's like obviously you gave conceptual shit, resistance to certain things, these different layers. So my main concern was the whole how long would it take anyway. So that's cool. If it just takes a couple of seconds, we're cool.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the scan.
Yeah. If you can get that, that'd be all I really want to see. Because I'm good on everything else.
Well,
yeah, I said if you can get that scan, that would be fine. Because I'm cool on everything else. Yeah.
I have it. It's just like it's like slowly loading for me, but like, I'm trying to get it.
Okay. Yo, you there?
Yeah, I finally got it. Right
on.
I don't know if you. It's basically like the whole how they like when they get killed, like explode and shit.
Yeah, and they're like just instantly
That
popping
scan
right.
is loading, by the way.
I already got it. Yeah. So hold on. So yeah, this is telling me right, and what you gave me one more time, they'll be able to like reform their body in enough time, like second. And
Yeah, like seconds at the most.
Yeah. And and as you mentioned, she's one of the more top tiers, so her ability to do this should logically be potent, what you argued, right? More potent.
Yeah, she should.
Yeah.
She should actually be more potent. So I argue she could do it like faster, because like she's like more potent than characters like Reimu Hakure.
Yeah. Good point. All right. Be fair. So you want to go on to your next WinCon? Or you got any more, or what? Because I mean,
yeah.
Or we can go to conclusions. It's up to you. Because right now we have 2 WinCons each.
Yeah. Okay. No. Like, do you want to go to another win, or do you want to go to conclusion?
Let's see. So you don't have any more, you said?
I mean, maybe, but like, I'm just like
a yes or no, because I don't guess I have any more really at this point.
Yeah, I don't really have like much that you haven't already. Like,
All right, that's fine. All right. So you want to just go to conclusions then, and then go to the judges?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll start off, if you don't mind, with my conclusion.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So in my conclusion, I feel like I countered the boundary / like law manip Yukari from her like manipulating the boundaries and the law, because I've proven that not even the molecule man's like conceptual properties of like being able to erase entire like the conceptual embodiments of boundaries itself, that literally conceptually bind together the laws of reality and boundary in Marvel. Like a molecule man can, as I mentioned, he can get rid of these people, these conceptual entities with a thought, and none of his power had any type of effect on Sentry whatsoever. So, and he reformed himself and could actually hang in there with these like conceptual based law attacks and boundary manip that can erase these abstract entities in a single thought that embody boundaries and law itself. So with that, but moving on to like the emotional manip, like I did prove he could do it, but Simple did provide a couple counters. Now erasing you with my molecular manipulation, I'd still argue, yeah, judging off, you did still imply it would still destroy her body per se, and she does have resistances, but you did prove she'd be able to like come back. So while I would still say he would be able to like disassemble her body, obviously she would be able to come back as you provided. And for your death hacks, I counter that because, again, even if you like somehow quote unquote kill him, he's resurrected himself several times within a couple of panels, and even resurrected himself from absolute nothing, literal nothing. So I would say I countered both of your win cons, but that's my conclusion.
For my conclusion, I feel like I also countered both of his win cons. And even though like I counter like the empathy manipulation with like whole controlling the making her like a sad or like a happy or like tired or calm or that point. As for like the matter thing, I did provide like multiple scans for like all layers of defenses, and I also like then dropped the scan about like self resurrection, which should only take like a couple seconds. And as for the death hacks, even though you'll resurrect like I didn't really hear like it being stopped. Like you will like resurrect like I think you said like instantaneous. You also didn't like stop it. So even then I would just argue the same thing for my death hack with the whole I'll come back and yeah. So yeah, I can like do that, but like you'll come back and then you'll use your like your matter manip and I'll come back. And as for the other thing, I felt like I counter the empathy manip. So
All right. So Forrest, you're up.
All right. So, man, okay. A lot of conceptual shit, I must say. Okay. So, for the first win con for Simple, with the Palnol, like the boundary, that reminded me a lot like lore manipulation. But regardless, that was a really strong win con. I do agree with that. That was a really strong win con. But after listening to what Korin said and providing evidence with Sentry, being able to like reform himself, even from Molecule Man, who can like blink away freaking concepts and like boundaries and stuff and erase them like it's nothing. And obviously, Sentry survived that. I do have to give that point to Korin because he did prove that conceptual and boundary shit wouldn't necessarily be a problem for Sentry. But I was in the inconclusive realm for that. But I do think Korin did edge out a little bit with that. But in terms of like Korin's empathy manipulation, I do have to give that point to Simple. Simple did counter that with the scan of like, I think the scenario was like a character trying to like make people feel depressed or despair, and it didn't work on his character or something. So yeah, that was an adequate counter. So I do give that to Simple. The death hacks, I do agree with Simple on the fact that it would work on Sentry, but again, Korin did provide evidence. I think it's type 4 immortality, like just resurrect himself, just come back. So I do have to give that point to Korin. And then the conceptual matter, this is an interesting point as well. Korin did ask some good questions, good argumentation, and make sure he questioned, like, the timing of when, is it Reimu? When she would revive?
Yukari.
Yukari. Having her, obviously, being conceptually, like, having her matters, like, manipulated conceptually. He did provide, like, like a quick time span of, like, okay, he's going to revive pretty quick. It's not going to take a whole day and such. So, Simple did counter that. This is actually a stalemate. Like, I can't really pick sides. I'm going to have to go inconclusive because you guys are both neck and neck. So, yeah, this was a pretty interesting debate, conceptual stuff. But, point for point, they were both countered, and there weren't really any edges here, in my opinion. It was like a pretty clean slice of cake. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go inconclusive.
All right. Great judgment, for real. Gravity, you want to give your judgment?
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Okay, so this was pretty good. This was pretty good to listen to overall. Honestly, I was surprised Korin was actually able to counter the boundary manip because Simple, that's like a very good weapon to utilize, but Korin countered, so I will agree with Forrest. I definitely got to give Korin the edge in boundary manip because he's proved that Molecule Man could mess with the boundaries and neg and do stuff like that, and he proved Sentry is comparable to him. For the empathy, of course, Simple, I believe, did counter that sufficiently. So I would give that to Simple, though. It was interesting and kind of funny to look at that scan of just Sentry calming down the fucking Hulk. Yeah, for like taking each other out, I'm gonna have to agree. I think this is a stalemate. Because y'all both provided a way to like just kill each other, but the other would just get back up, and then they just kept doing that back and forth. Simple even pointed that out where he brought up even hammered that in where even though Sentry would revive it, you didn't like prove he would stop it from happening. But of course, Korin did basically the same thing with Simple. Like he had something that would take him out, but Simple's character would recover, but it wouldn't like necessarily be stopped. So I would have to agree that I would have to probably say this is a tie, this is a stalemate, but very, very close.
All right. Anyone else want to say anything? All right. So I guess the ultimate judgment is this tie, a stalemate. Is that the last verdict? All right. Well, good game, Simple. Good debate.